Hi gamers! If you are a fan of Metroidvania games, then you've come to the right place. In this video, we will talk about the perfect Metroidvania games that you must play if you want to feel the truly Metroidvania games. And please note, some of you maybe disagree with the ranking, but that's okay. All I know, this game is a good game. But before we dive into the list, I want to share the best platform for buying games today, and that's Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is the perfect website to buy games these days. Not only do they have amazing discounts, but they're also running giveaways you don't wanna miss. Like, seriously, look at these deals. For real, these deals are unbeatable. Do you really think you'll find amazing discount at another place? On Instant Gaming, you can buy games for various platforms including PC, PS5, Xbox, and even Nintendo Switch. Your transactions are legit, super fast, and their support team is ready 24/7, so you don't need to worry about anything. So what are you waiting for? Go check out your favorite games by using the link in the description below and start saving money today with Instant Gaming. By using my link, you're not only saving a ton of money, but also supporting this channel. Alright then, let's get back to the list. Afterimage. The world in this game is quite large, and for those of you who like to explore, it will be really addictive. Each area has its own characteristics, and I often find new areas that surprise me because I haven't been there before. The game system uses an RPG system. You can level up, unlock skill trees, and equip various weapons, armor, and accessories. But don't think that makes you OP. Some of the bosses in this game are really sadistic and can kill you in just 3 hits. Fortunately, there's a Dark Souls style healing system you can use at checkpoints, as well as potions you can buy or find. GRIME is a Souls-like action RPG game with Metroidvania elements that requires patience and perseverance, where every step forward is the result of learning and adapting. But what makes GRIME special is its generosity. Though difficult, the game never feels punishing. The parry and absorb systems add depth to the strategy, where you must choose between attacking head-on or waiting for the right moment to absorb your enemy's last breath. The variety of weapons is also very diverse, each with a different attack style and speed, allowing you to customize your playstyle according to your preferences. Guacamelee 2 is a great game for lovers of action platformer Metroidvania games. It has challenging gameplay, witty humor, and more features that make the game more dynamic. One of these features is Juan's ability to use an eagle-shaped hook to jump between platforms. With the eagle-shaped hook moving between platforms, punching and changing dimensions, each challenge feels like a fun puzzle. Guacamelee also brings its trademark humor, so you'll often find yourself smiling as you explore a world full of funny posters and dialogue along the way. Have You Played Monster Boy and the Cursed Game? Is a perfect blend of the Dragon's Trap and Monster World. Each transformation of the main character, Jin, brings new challenges, both in facing enemies and solving puzzles that become more complex as the story progresses. These abilities not only add depth to the gameplay, but also open up avenues to solve puzzles and explore new areas that were previously inaccessible. You might see this game as a kid's game at first, but once you play this game, you'll definitely think again, because this is not a game for kids at all. Salt and Sanctuary shows that inspiration from a popular franchise can be used to create something new and original. This 2D game borrows elements from Software's Souls series, such as Dark Souls, Demon's Souls, and Bloodborne, and combines them to create a unique and engaging 2D action platformer. The 2D perspective makes the game feel expansive, with the main character appearing small in front of the grand ancient structures. Exploration is key, and each new discovery feels like a satisfying accomplishment. You can make a character that fits your playstyle, whether it's a melee combat knight, a spellcasting wizard, or a quick fighter with ranged weapons. You'll want to play this game again and over again. Aterna Noctis is a Metroidvania platformer game in which the Dark King tries to regain his throne. The platforming challenge is quite challenging, with traps and enemies ready to test your patience, but that is where the fun lies. The skill-based progression system is another plus. Every enemy you defeat gives you experience, which can be used to improve your character's abilities. From leaping over chasms to new attacks, each upgrade is meaningful and adds to the gameplay. The difficulty may not be for everyone, but the challenge is the main attraction, trust me. Ender Lilies Quietus of the Nights is one of the best Metroidvania experiences I've ever played. From the visuals to the music to the gameplay design, this game manages to create a mesmerizing and captivating experience. Here, you play as Lily, a young girl who is helped by Umbral Knight and other spirits she meets on her journey. Unlike other fighting games, you will use Umbral Knight to attack enemies, and with different spirits and abilities that can be combined, you can customize Lily's fighting style as needed. Whether you prefer long-range attacks, quick attacks, or defensive abilities, everything can be customized. Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist is a sequel to Ender Lilies Quietus of the Nights. If you are accompanied by Knight Umbral, in Ender Magnolia, you will be accompanied by homunculi. The gameplay and combat are almost the same with interesting RPG elements. You will constantly encounter homunculi that serve as weapons and movement abilities. In addition, there are various items that can be used for counterattacks, healing, status bonuses, or specific abilities. This system allows you to customize your playstyle to your liking. Leveling is also an important part of the game, and all of these elements work together to create a satisfying progression. If you want to play a Metroidvania game with great visuals, Ori and the Will of the Wisps is the one to play. This is a sequel that not only retains the magic of its predecessor, Ori and the Blind Forest, but also manages to expand and deepen the gaming experience. The combat system is much more varied. You can choose from a variety of combat abilities such as fast swords, heavy punches, or ranged attacks like light arrows. Each ability has unique uses, both in combat and exploration. Beyond the platformer action and exciting combat, Ori and the Will of the Wisps also presents an emotional story that touches the heart. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a pioneer of the Metroidvania genre with brilliant level design. In here, you play as Alucard, who must stop the resurrection of his father Dracula and destroy Castlevania to prevent darkness from taking over the world. The Metroidvania gameplay also combines action and RPG elements to make the gameplay feel fresh and engaging. Castlevania Symphony of the Night is not only a classic game, but also one of the greatest gaming experiences of all time. If you haven't played it yet, now is the time. Metroid Dread, in my opinion, is one of the best Metroidvania games ever made. You play as Samus Aran, who is sent to the planet ZDR to investigate the whereabouts of the supposedly extinct X-Parasite. The game requires complete mastery of all Samus abilities, from basic moves to advanced techniques. Samus controls are very responsive and her animations are smooth, making every move feel satisfying. The boss battles in Metroid Dread are some of the most challenging in the series. While repeated deaths are natural, its failure is an opportunity to learn. Unfortunately, this game is only available on Nintendo Switch, not for all consoles. Blasphemous 2. is a sequel that brings a more mature and refined experience than its predecessor. It also fixes some of the problems from the first series, such as the difficulty being too high and the death mechanics being too harsh. But if you're struggling, it's actually just a skill issue. And the great thing is that Blasphemous 2 adds new elements that give it fresh touch, such as additional weapons and abilities that enrich the battle strategy. The game also asserts itself more as a Metroidvania with wider exploration and more pronounced backtracking mechanics. With its 2D Metroidvania style, The Lost Crown manages to combine action, platforming, and a touch of Persian mythology in an adventure full of surprises and exciting action. In this game, we follow the story of Sargon, the youngest member of a legendary group of warriors called the Immortals, who is tasked with saving the Persian Prince Ghassan. Featuring fast and dynamic combat, the game's battles are intense and stylish. You can try your hand at everything from aerial combos and agile attacks to time manipulation mechanics that make combat even more epic. If you are a fan of the Metroidvania genre, you should definitely give this game a try. Hollow Knight is a masterpiece that deserves to be played by Metroidvania fans. With a rich world, satisfying combat, and a story full of mystery, the game manages to create an unforgettable gaming experience. Hollow Knight is undoubtedly a challenging game. Upon death, the player loses the in-game currency and must return to where he fell to retrieve it. However, this difficulty is part of its appeal. Every victory, whether it is defeating a boss or finding a new path, feels so satisfying because it is achieved with effort and perseverance. Hollow Knight's combat is much simpler, but I think it has a much more immersive world. Nine Souls is a Metroidvania game released in 2024. Do you think this game beats Hollow Knight? Nine Souls has better combat and story, or at least the way the story is told is better in my opinion. The combat implements the Sekiro-style parry mechanic in a 2D world. Because parry is the core of combat here. You can dodge, but you won't last long if you don't get the timing right. And I prefer the story in Nine Souls to Hollow Knight. Or maybe if you finish Nine Souls, the ending will make you cry. If there was only a combined Hollow Knight and Nine Souls game, it would definitely be the next best Metroidvania game. And that's it for today. What do you think about this list? I know there are best Metroidvania games out there that I haven't mentioned yet. Please share your perfect Metroidvania games that you think deserve a spot here. And don't forget to like this video and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss another amazing game list. And as always, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.